What's going on, guys? Mcskillet here with another CSGO video, and today I'm going to be doing another video on CSGO skins where the condition only affects the brightness of the skin. So a lot of these skins look pretty much the same in the field tested condition as they do in the factory new condition, and sometimes these skins even look the same when they're battle scarred as the factory new one. And I have two other videos that I made quite a while ago on these skins, and I covered most of the old skins in those videos, but in this video I'll be covering all the new skins from the revolver case and the shadow case, because there's actually a lot of skins in those two cases where the condition only affects the brightness of the skin, and the links to the first two videos will be in the description, so you can check those out if you want. But let's get right into this video. Now the first skin for this video is the dual Beretta's Dueling Dragons, and I think this skin probably has the least amount of wear, or there's the least amount of difference between the factory new and battle scarred versions of any skin in the game, because this is what the factory new one looks like right here. And let's take a look at the battle scarred one. It basically looks like the exact same thing. Like, you guys probably think I just used the same video clip, but I didn't. This is actually the battle scarred one, and the first one you saw was the factory new. There's literally no difference between the battle scarred and factory new. Maybe you could see a difference if you use some like super battle scarred one, but I'm just expecting the first one off the market for this video. But yeah, that is not a change at all really for this skin. Next up we have the M41S Golden Coil, of course, and this is the factory new one, and this skin is only affected by brightness when it comes to the conditions, and the factory new one looks pretty much the same as the field tested one right here. You basically couldn't tell a difference between a minimal wear and a factory new one. There is a slight brightness difference between field tested and factory new. So if you're just trying to get the skin for playing, I would recommend just getting field tested. But the battle scarred one does start to look a little bit kind of beat up. It still is basically just a brightness change, but it starts to look like there's a little bit of black ash on it just because of how dark it starts to get. So I don't think the skin looks as nice when it's battle scarred, but it pretty much looks the same when it's field tested. But next up we have the P250 Wingshot, and there's very little change in the conditions on this skin. Like, a field tested one looks exactly the same as factory new, to be honest, and this is what the factory new one looks like, of course. And right here we have the battle scarred version, and there's a very slight brightness change, but it's quite hard to tell. Honestly, the battle scarred one is very similar to the factory new one, so you can just buy the cheapest condition possible if you're just trying to get the skin for playing and not collecting the factory new condition. But next up we have the Glock 18 Wraiths, and this is what the factory new one looks like. And the factory new one is pretty similar to the battle scarred, except the battle scarred is a decent amount blacker. I'm guessing the field tested version would look pretty much identical to the factory new version. But I personally think the battle scarred one is the coolest looking. I think it's kind of nice when it's kind of a blacker color like that. But anyway, now we're going to be looking at the Desert Eagle Corinthian, and this is what the factory new one looks like. And this skin doesn't actually come in battle scarred, so I thought it would show the worst condition though, which is the well-worn one, and the well-worn one is just a little bit darker. So the wear doesn't affect this skin too much, just a little bit of a brightness change, as you can see right there, very similar to the factory new one. And the next skin for this video is the XM Scrumbria, and the factory new one looks pretty much identical to the battle scarred one. A pretty bland skin in the first place. I'm not sure if too many people would even buy this skin anyway, but as you can see, battle scarred looks very similar to the factory new, almost no change there. The battle scarred one is just a little bit dark. And finally for this video we have the P90 Shapewood itself, and you guys know I usually start roasting this skin whenever I start talking about it, because I don't really know how this got in the game. I mean, there's so many better skins in the workshop that have actual detail and stuff on it instead of just a plank of wood thrown on a P90. But this skin, there's also no wear that they really put on it. There's basically no change at all between battle scarred and factory new, and field tested is identical to factory new. Battle scarred is almost identical to factory new. I thought I would even do a side-by-side comparison. As you can see, no one would ever be able to tell if your skin was battle scarred or factory new in game. Unless it was really battle scarred. When the skin gets really battle scarred, the black part actually starts to peel off and it becomes brown. But for the non-super extreme battle scarred ones, it basically looks identical to factory new, just slightly darker. But yeah, this is one of the lowest amounts of effort I've seen someone put in a workshop skin, to be honest. But anyway, that's just about it for this video, guys. Make sure to check out parts 1 and 2. The links will be in the description below. But I'm Mcskillet, and I'm out.